ladies and gentlemen, it's three men and a vape show. It is Wednesday, it's 8 p.m. Yes, I did that all the wrong way round, but do not worry. It should be a good show. 2 shows in a week. 2 shows in a row.
2 shows in a week. Yeah. No,
2 shows in a week row.
Week row. You can tell what it's going to be like tonight. It's going to be one of the ones where my mouth just ain't working. It's not gone, but
I think it's your brain that's itchy, not your mouth.
I'll tell you what, I've had a long weekend and it's just been full of knobheads. It's just been one of them weekends.
How many times have I got to tell you stop calling me a knobhead?
Well, nothing ever changes, does it really?
No.
And we are joined by the wonderful Mr. B, ladies and gentlemen. How are you this week?
I'm spandabby-dozy, getting back to my old self. Yeah, got some decent deals from Amazon and e-cig1. I'm kind of happy.
Oh, that's good. Have you gone back swimming yet?
Yes, I have. Went back on Tuesday, yesterday.
I bet you're aching, aren't you? We're having a little bit of time off.
I was not. I made RoboCop look athletic yesterday. I literally looked like I've been riding a horse for a week.
Did it make your whole week?
It made my whole week. Well, it wasn't so much my whole. It was more the getting down to where my hole needs to go. That was the weak part.
Talking about a week hole, how are you doing, brother? You wasn't very well last week.
Oh, talking
Wrong
about
hole,
a week
wrong hole. Yes, I'm all right. No, I don't know what it was. Honestly, it was just one of those. I was all right in the morning, and then by the afternoon, I wasn't. I just couldn't stop bloody throwing up. Don't know what it was.
So, Jan was poorly the day before, wasn't she?
Yeah, Jan was poorly the day before, so unless I've got some... But honestly, projectile vomiting or what? It was so like, I'm going to be sick.
I keep telling you to stay off the vodka.
Well...
You cruise.
I'm not a very good sicker. See, Louise, she just opens the mouth and it just comes out. But me, I'm like, my body's like, I want to keep this shit. So I start turning into like a Ribena berry. All my veins go purple, and
you've paid for it. You
know what? I find the worst bit is when you get that juicy jowl.
Yeah, you know it's coming. Obviously, Mark knows as well. I was massively car sick as a young'un, and one time we were going to Blackpool, and I was sat next to my dad, and I'm like, "Mum, I feel so sick." And the driver in front of us, because we were at the front of the bus, and I went, "Dad, I'm going to be sick." He went, "No, son, it's all in your mind." I went, "Whoa." We were all over back at bus driver.
Oh,
You're on about that?
It's all back of him while he was driving.
Oh,
and it was all water.
Works at hospital. I had a few sherbets at the time, and I'd ended up in a scrap, and I'd bust my nose and I'd cut my lip. And I was sat with the doctor, and the doctor's looking like, and I kept on saying, "Look, I'm going to be sick, mate." And he's going, "No, you're not going to be sick." I says, "I'm going to be sick." And I'm one of these people that I know that I'm going to be sick. No, all over him.
You have been sick.
I think the worst time to be sick is after a spicy curry. Ooh. That is when it gets really... See, all that spice gets caught in the back of your throat. It's fucking horrible.
But our Aiden's like me. I end up roaring my eyes out. Honestly, you two swear blind that we were about 6 years old.
Yeah, I want my mum.
And then you've got that where there's nothing left in your stomach, and you're going...
I'll never forget one night.
Down.
I'll never forget one night I went out with lads. We're talking a good decade or so ago. Went out with lads and I drank a little bit too much. We're doing top shelves and all sorts of shit. And I thought it was one of those things where if you're going to be sick, you just move off to one side without telling anybody. Quickly go to the toilet and come back like nothing's happened. Always keep some like mints on you so nobody knows anything. So I goes off. I think I'm going to be sick. Oh, this is coming up quick. So I legs it to the bathroom, slams into the cubicle to be sick. And what greets me? A massive turd in the bowl. Oh my God. And I'm there like, oh, gee. Oh, no. The smell from that turd was enough to knock anybody sick. What was worse was I flushed it, obviously. Then I started being sick, but then the smell was making me more sick. It was, it was disgusting.
A big shout out to everybody in chat. Yes, it is one hell of a subject to start a show off. I'm sorry if anybody is actually eating their tea. I didn't really think about that, if I'm totally honest with you.
Hang on a minute. You don't come here for sensible conversation. No, you come here for two brothers and a twat.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, up at the top there, 3 Men Vape gets you 15% off of the Rochford project. We will be doing the giveaway a little bit later on. It does give you 15% up to 12 o'clock tonight. It's got a brand new website, as we told you, and some merch on there. So get yourself over to the Rochford project, the wonderful Jay. We're going to do the hand checks, and we've got absolutely loads of them. But before we do that, it is a little bit of an old news story. But on the 12th of April, it came out. Juul has been fined $462 million to be shared out between 6 or 7 states for teen vaping, for pushing it towards teen vaping.
Who's that?
Juul.
How do they, just out of interest, how can they actually 100% prove that it's aimed towards kids?
Well, when they're going to schools and talk about it, that doesn't help.
I didn't know if Jill was doing that. They're going into schools.
Yeah, they did that quite a few years ago.
I didn't know they were doing that. No, that's fair enough.
They did that quite a few years ago. It was, how can you put it? I'm not going to stick up for Jules by any means of the imagination, but the idea behind it is not as daft as it sounds. Basically, what they was trying to do was go into schools and educate kids about vaping.
Right.
That was the idea, but it just didn't.
But then it really work when they start giving out gift bags.
Yeah, they go in there and start blowing vape rings. Look, kids, how cool this shit is.
But it's going to be shared out between so many states as well. Now, obviously, Juul were bought out by Philip Morris, wasn't it?
Mm.
So that's a big chunk of money that he's going to have to stick to it.
Well, it's nothing in comparison to what we make. Are you kidding? That's like chump change to him.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, with it only being 6 states, I would imagine it's going to go a little bit further. But it's sort of reminiscent of, obviously, the cigarettes when they came up with the bill and they got the bonds, didn't they? And they had to pay up for that.
You know what it reminds me of? There was a story a number of years ago, a long while ago, where this company was dumping toxic waste into the sea. And to get rid of this toxic waste, it would cost millions and millions and millions of pounds. But by dumping it in the sea, they got caught and fined, and I think it was like 500 grand.
Yeah, not as much as what it would have cost for him to actually to dump it.
Yeah, exactly. So if they'd got rid of it legitimately, it would have cost millions of pounds. But by just dumping it in the ocean, they got a fine of 500 grand, and that's it.
So we sort of point on this. Do you think this is going to become a regular thing, or is it just like the American sort of way of it, or do you think like Australia, New Zealand, and stuff like? Because I know New Zealand, New Zealand or Australia, there's been a video that's come out where somebody's forced a baby to vape. That's caused a load of crap as well. I know that was in Australia or New Zealand. It's one of them, and again, that's brought out all about teen
really
vaping.
Going for the anti-vaping now, aren't they? They really are going for it.
Australia's been at it for a while.
Yeah, but they have got venomous tongues now. It's getting that bad. But the problem is that people like Ash in our country are taking news snippets from Australia.
Well, yeah, they will do, won't they?
Which is a bad thing, but...
The anti-vaping scene in this country is a bit pathetic. But it's because in this country we endorse vaping. We say, look, it's better than smoking. If you're going to switch, it's the best thing to do. But the anti-vapers are like, no, you shouldn't be putting any toxins in your body at all. Vaping bad. So they're going to take it from they're going to take the cues from America and Australia and anywhere else that's just moronic.
Well, Ricky Sunak, I'd say, there's 2 bits that have come out just lately with it. They've come out with that they're going to get like a vape team together, which is going to go and target youth vaping. They're going to have this team that's going to go around and sort of like search out kids who are vaping.
We're going to search them out. We're going to shoot them. We're going to target them.
I wonder if they're going to have like a black van with a red stripe down it going da 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 da.
Well, if they can always take the cue from Jeremy Beadle and all that, or Hezekiah Lee used to do that, didn't he? go around in a van with a net, catch all the chazzers to go on his show.
Yeah, they actually did one up at the club, Jeremy Kyle Outdoors. There were loads on it. But yeah, they're setting up a vape team to go around and target youth vaping. I can never remember them doing that for cigarettes.
Well, cigarettes have been around that long.
It's not. There was a thing going around the schools back in 80s. It was especially when the was doing that cartoon advert for nicotine or whatever his name was. It was a cartoon character.
Was he Irish? Nicotine.
No, it was. I think it was an American thing. It was, but it did the rounds in our school.
I mean, I remember having a local drama group coming to our school to do a anti-smoking sort of show, and I'm like sat there thinking, yeah, but I'm making like 15 quid a week off smoking, so.
Yeah, it's, again, but another good thing, obviously, that the UK government's come out with, and I know Grim Green did a little bit on it, that they're going to be offering pregnant mothers to stop smoking. They're going to give them £400, and plus the government's going to be working with local councils to give out 1 million vape kits.
I wonder.
I explained it on last week's? Yeah, last week's home service about it. I think I've still got it. Was it last week? No, week before. Yes, I have got it. I have got it. Yeah, still. Yeah, the free. Where 1 million smokers will be given free vaping starter kits to encourage them to give up tobacco products. Pregnant women will also be offered up to £400 to stop smoking as part of a package measure in England to be unveiled by the government. A consultation will be launched on compelling e-cigarette manufacturers to advise on quitting smoking inside their packets of cigarettes as well. The government has committed to getting smoking rates in England below 5% by 2030.
I think it's a great idea. That I think again, I know a lot of years ago we fought to stop it being like a pharmaceutical product, but I think it's a great idea to help people along that way. But I hope it's done. I know. Well,
the argument is, well, before we go any further, and I'm kind of agreeing with people. A lot of people are saying, well, if they can afford to smoke, they can afford to vape.
True.
Yeah,
but I think what you're giving, if you give somebody something free, it's a bigger,
I know. I'm not disagreeing with what I think is brilliant, but you can understand where non-smokers and non-vapers are coming from. Well, why am I paying to put into the NHS if they can afford to smoke? Why can't they afford to vape?
Well, like what I'm going to say is, I really do hope the way that they actually do it is they give it so it goes to a vape shop, so that you can go to a decent vape shop, what knows what it's on about. They vet the vape shop and they go, right, these are the kits that they can have in this price range. So then it means that it's going to kickstart these people coming in. Once they get that starter kit, they're obviously going to have to then go and buy their juice.
It's
I
like
bet he goes to a prescription. I bet he goes to a pharmacist.
More than likely. It's like I was saying to Dave Dawn, though, quite a while back. We've got to the stage now where the people that are going to swap from smoking to vaping are vaping now.
Yeah.
And it's your hard, no, I'm not. I'm quite happy with my cigarettes, people. They're the one that we're now trying to push. And I think with the prescription vaping product, I think it's them that they are targeting. And I think it's a cracking thing.
I wonder, do we produce cigarettes in this country?
I don't know that.
See, I'm trying to.
I don't think so. I think they're made in Europe.
Well, that would explain.
I think I know we own companies.
I know, because there's in America, we all know. Well, it's not actually said, but we all know that one of the main problems with vaping is that big tobacco has their fingers in all the pies. And I'm just wondering why that isn't a factor over here.
Yeah, I never thought. Obviously, they've got the bill over there, haven't they, as well? That was a big thing of there's no money there. If they're not getting the start again, Aidan. The states had spent the money that they were getting from the cigarettes 10 years in advance. So when the vapors started hitting and they wasn't getting that many amount of profits, that's when all the states started going, oh, we're in shit here. And also, am I right as well, Mark, that the tobacco companies rebought the bonds back because they started giving out bonds, didn't they? And then the tobacco companies bought the bonds. So they could pull these bonds at any time.
How it was, I think I'm going to get this right. I could get it wrong, but I'll do my level best here. Right, when the original settlement was handed out, originally they was going to get the percentage of the profits that the tobacco companies made per year. So every year that they would get a percentage from the actual tobacco company. But certain states in America weren't happy with that. What they wanted a load of money all in one. So instead of waiting each year to get the tobacco percentage, they went and sold to bonds. So they bought bonds. So the bonds that they own, the tobacco company's revenue paid for them bonds, but they already had the money. Now, unfortunately, because the rates of tobacco sales has gone down, obviously that means that the percentage of profits that are being given back to the state isn't the same amount that's equivalent to basically their loan, which is a bond. That's what's the problem.
See, that's why I don't.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
yeah, in a roundabout way. I mean, that's why I look at America and I just think, why are you so stupid? You've got all these. It's so clearly corrupt on vaping. In fact, it's clearly corrupt on many things. I just don't understand why there isn't riots every day.
Well, they were a little bit late to the game on it. They did end up doing mass sort of rallies and stuff, but they waited and waited and waited until it was going down that sort of way. Mark H says, pretty certain UK VA will jump all over the government free stuff and small independent shops won't get a look in. That's the bit. I really want the vape shops to be helped.
It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Not in a million years. It's going to go. It's going to go to where the money is.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I mean, we were talking to the preacher converted. We're already doing that, and we already know this. I still say, and it really should be shouted to, they should not be able to sell them in your corner shop, Asda's, places like that. They should only be selling them in a dedicated, registered, licensed vape shop. It's as simple as that.
But the problem is money talks and walks. And
also tobacco industries talk as well. Because half of these shops that are selling vape products, they've got to sell them or they won't be able to sell the tobacco products. I'm on about your corner shops. Yeah. So if you want to sell your Benson and Hedges and Berkeley and all them lot, you have got to have their vape products in there as well.
God damn. So there is a tiny bit of fucking...
Ben M says the process will go out to tender. Someone will, national coverage it will get it.
Exactly. It'll be the NHS. It'll be another PP bloody whatever deal where it's somebody's mate from like Prime Minister's mate that'll get it.
Well, a lot of them, obviously, Juul were in a lot of the places. They sent loads of reps out there, and obviously the other one were called, were it not Blue, it was another one as well that you saw. And I'll tell you what I saw it in. We had like a local hardware, this old like nails and bits of wood. They had a vaping liquid and sets there.
Jesus, wet.
What you were on about it the other week? Was it? No, it wasn't. It was on our show. By all accounts, there's a sweet shop that sells vapes as well.
You're joking?
No.
Well, look, you've only got to look at B&M. They've got 888 vape, haven't they, in there?
Exactly, yeah. They've had 888 vape in there for years.
They were like selling £1 nick, weren't they? And I think the actual juices were £1.
Yes.
Now they're selling disposables for like £3, and they've still got the kits in there, but there's the disposable as well, and that's at B&M's.
Yeah,
this is the problem where, I mean, how can you put it? You can see how the youth are going to grab hold of it. It's so easy for them.
Yeah, if they send the mate in, it used to be, can you go and get me 20 Richmond? And now it's, can you go in there and get me a vape? And that's what they're doing.
It's so easy to get hold of it now.
Well, we actually had a telephone. We had a telephone call from school, and it were about Holly. And the first bit was actually to praise her, but then the second bit was somebody thought they'd seen her vaping, which obviously she knows very well not to be doing anything like that. But so what Lou did was, when she come home, she searched her bag, and she told her to turn her pockets out. And what it actually was, it were a marker pen. Something along the lines of that. And that's what it was. It was a marker pen.
Yeah.
And I was like, you should really be ringing them back and going, you can't suddenly go and tell somebody's parents that they think that they vape, but it turned out it's a marker pen.
As long as this is going to be a bit, one of those things, but the school only should really get involved if it's on their grounds or on their premises. Not like tattletelling if they've seen him, teacher goes out shops one day, sees someone's kid vaping, right, I'm going to go tell the mother. It's
I would hope they do. Grace, nice to see you, brother. Nice to see everybody in here. Thanks so much for joining us week in, week out. It really means a lot to us. Mr. B, somebody was just asking, have you got any new flavours? You were just talking before we started. You've got a nice new flavour, haven't you?
Yes. I went to e-cig 1 because I needed some liquids, obviously. And you know me, I'm a cheap bastard. I like to look at deals. And I found a few. Something called King Kong Vape Liquid. These are 50 mils, about £6, 50 mils. But I got blueberry pancake, key lime pie, and apple pie. And
I've reviewed them.
I've got to say, it's probably one of the nicest blended liquids I've ever had.
I reviewed them when
nice.
When the first ever came out. They actually, when they did the live expo, Vape did that live expo where you could walk around and they had videos. They actually used a couple of my videos on there as well.
Yeah, but I'm seriously impressed with him. Seriously impressed.
That key lime pie is really nice.
Oh, he's wonderful. Years ago, we're talking probably about 3 years ago, I got, what was it called? Oh, Drip something. Drip like something. Anyway, it's one of these expensive jobbies, liquids, and they did a key lime pie one.
Love you, low stew.
And it tastes exactly the same. It's got that nice nutty flavour to finish with. It's lovely. But then I also got some of this stuff, which I've not tried yet. It's Ramsay's e-liquid treats, which I'm guessing they're going off Gordon Ramsay. So I'll see what they're like. They're like £7 a piece. So we'll see what they're like.
What's the famous fish and chip place?
Ramsay's, they were Ramsay's.
Yeah, Ramsay's, yeah.
They were Ramsay, weren't they?
Yeah. I don't know if it were like an April Fool's or if I don't know if any vape shop owners will be able to tell me who's in chat. Did anybody see that they've come out with a Vape Juice Prime?
No.
I saw pictures on Instagram and I've seen them on Facebook.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't know if it's like if it's an April Fool's or if it's actually.
I wouldn't put it past the twat.
But it wasn't called Prime, as in Prime the Juice. It was slightly different.
It'd be Prim 3. I'll guarantee it. Prim 3.
I thought it said Prime, and it actually had the same sort of
exactly, same bottle and everything.
Yeah, it looked like, because obviously all these kids now have gone massively for this Prime, which apparently doesn't taste very nice. There were people selling it on Marketplace for, like the bite for £2 and then they were selling it for £5 because the kids are going that mad for it.
To be fair, I mean, you look at, you only have to go on e-cig 1, there's something called DK Donuts Vapes, and it just looks like dipping donuts. It's
DK Donuts, that's, whatchamacallit, Donut King.
It looks like, Donut King. It looks like, not dipping donuts. What's the other one? Oh, the expensive donuts you get from Asda. Really expensive. Creme cream.
Yeah,
their whole logo's around that.
Yeah, I'm going to say it looks exactly like that. You're thinking, oh, that must be what it is. And then you try it, you're like, oh, it's not that.
They do a lovely, which one was it? A Manchester tart they do. That's really nice.
I don't know. I find them, the DK range for me is a bit unbalanced. Not like this King Kong, which is perfectly balanced. I mean, there's nothing overpowering any other flavour. So you've got like the sweetness and the tartness from the fruit and all that. So you can feel the pastry coming through. So everything's perfectly balanced. DK is always either swinging too far to the citrus or swinging too far to the pastry. Always a little bit unbalanced for me.
I'd tell you another one who was really good at stuff like that is King's Custards. He's really good. I've tried all his line. Nice bloke as well. Again, a UK mixer. He's really good at them sort of flavours. I think he's done a handshake. Should we do it? Oh, and yeah, Shy Tots as well. You can't beat Jane's juices.
Nope, you can't.
Can't beat Jane's juices. Tasty subject always. Shall we do an hand check? Because there is quite a lot of hand checks.
There's not quite a lot. There's been a few built up, but we'll do some hand checks.
I put a thingy out. I put a post out.
Okay, hang on.
It's that time, people. It's hand check time.
It's hand check time.
Here we go. Right.
Sharing's on.
Share screen. Here we are.
Look at me.
Here we are. So, we're in the 3 Men and a Vape Facebook group. If you want to join, please look us up on Facebook and put in your request, whatever. I'm sure someone will get round to it eventually. Get your nipple checks in, people. Right, here we go. View comments. There's 20 comments. 20! Okay, now 21 now. Jesus wept. Right. We're going to start off. I need to move this again. Move that over there.
That's a nice little setup.
Oh, it's really nice, that.
This is Mick Blizzard's MB Mods Tomahawk. SBS Squonk Mod with the Van and Del Poet RDA.
Hey, you could see our house from there.
Yeah.
Is it a bit like the Chaz and Dave RDA, you know, the Van and Del? I thought I was going to say Vin Diesel to start with. Right, let's just come out that one. That's very, very nice, Mick. Very nice indeed, sir. Then you've got Paul Doolin with the Centaurus Quest with the Nitrous RDA on top. RDA? No, that's an RTA, surely.
It's an RTA.
Yeah, I'm going to say. Yeah, I mean, questioning my sanity them there, Paul. James Drawbridge.
That's who owns the King's Custard.
Here we go. Apologies about the other night, fellas. I'm like, yeah, I'll be on, then fell asleep, putting my daughter to bed. Yeah, we get that. Don't worry about it, pal. I will be back, he says. But here we go. That's a nice little... Oh, is that the Oxford?
It's the new Oxford Pro.
Yeah, it's the
X-Slim Pro.
Yeah. With banana cinnamon cheesecake cream. Oh, I bet that's nice. Ooh, is it actually, does that say cinnamon? It's a bit funky writing, but we'll go with cinnamon.
Yeah, cinnamon.
Then we've got William Dobson, the Empire with the Sith RDA.
That's nice.
That is nice bit. Hey, I tell you, I've been watching Andor today. Fucking brilliant. Although, what's going on at the table behind?
Dinner, it looks like.
Yeah, it could be breakfast.
So what he's done is had his dinner. Halfway through his dinner, he's gone, shit, uncheck. Quick, run around the table, take a picture of his bottle, then run back to have his tea. That's some dedication, is that? Some dedication there. Right, moving on. We've got Billy D. Rice. Whoa,
That's a right
Pink Panther
setup.
Stubby with the T to X. That's actually my favourite mod so far. That granted, it's pink, but
That just looks well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I think
the
it
whole
looks.
setup.
I thought it looks really fucking smart. I think that looks absolutely spot on. I even like the T to RBA. I bet that's brilliant to build on. They can get tons of flavour out of that.
And that juice sounds nice and all, doesn't it? Bit Dark Star, rhubarb and pear.
I love rhubarb vape. I think it's one of the most underrated flavours in the vaping world. I think rhubarb, because it adds that lovely bit of tartness.
Again, it's one of them, very hard to get. It can be very chemically.
Yeah, you've got to get it right, though. You've got to get the balance right. If you get the balance right, there was one I had about 6-7 months ago, which was a rhubarb and ginger sweet tea, and it was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I couldn't find it again. Mark Howard on an Infinite Mods 1111 Reborn. Reborn with Coil Art and the Regenesis kit tonight.
Can I get the reborn?
I still think the Regenesis is one of the nicest looking Met mods on the market. These, although they do stand out a bit, to me they just look like giant sex toys. You go down the street, you put one of them in your hand, you're going to get called a pervert. Do you not think? No, just
It'd
me.
be a bit cold as well in the parts.
You got to have deep pockets.
I nearly had a Jane Dowd joke then, but I'll keep that one to myself. Moving on, we've got Martin Saunders.
I see Martin.
Nice little work on the Oxford there.
Yeah, that's the limited edition one, isn't it?
Yeah, Oxford today. Sorry, in rotation today with the Oxford Slim Pro 3rd anniversary edition, the Dovepot X Vogan Odin Mini DNA with the Steam Crave Hadron RDA and the SX Mini G Class V2 with the Freemax Emperor 3.
Emperor 3.
Emperor 3.
Really good, really great flavour from them.
That sounds like a Star Wars character. Emperor 3. R2D2. I don't know what that is. Do I dare click this? Oh, that's fine. On behalf of Faxi, I couldn't see what the writing was. It could have been anything. On behalf of Faxi, Stubby 21 with either the Bridge Frozen Fruit Monster Passion Fruit Orange Guava. Jesus Christ. Lost Vape Falema DNA 250C with the Dead Rabbit V3 and Elements. That's the one I was thinking of. The expensive key lime. Elements.
Coil Killer.
Yeah, but brilliant.
Welcome to the Coil Killer.
Lemon Watermelon Chill and the Pistole de Resistance. Thanks to Steve Dilligaff Porter, the AV Timekeeper with the Captain 2 cap and Battle Deck with some Shy Tots. Pop that cherry.
It's lovely, that Pop That Cherry.
I've never had.
To be fair,
I do not like cherry liquids, but Jane was the first person ever to turn go, I've got a cherry one, I'll send it you, and I'll guarantee you'll change your mind on cherry. And I'm like, yeah, no, fine, whatever. And I didn't believe her. I thought, there's no fucking way she's going to send me a cherry one that I'm going to like. It's impossible. No, she smashed it out the park. Absolutely beautiful it was. It tasted just lovely. Everything was right about it. Moving on, we've got Neil Brun with the QP Juggernaut V2, same as me. Sat on the SX Mini at 120 watts. Coils at 0.17. Really brings out the flavours of Rochford Project's Casindora Cream. Casindora. I like that one. It always reminds me of a peach Melbourne fruit yogurt. Lovely.
Yeah, it is really nice, that.
Jane Downs sending us a picture of her rug again. On top of her rug.
Way happy now.
On top of her rug, she got 3 multicoloured sex toys. With the dead rabbit.
Is it the Dreamer?
Love the colours.
Yeah.
The colours are stunning, to be fair.
Yeah, that Dreamer looks ace.
Yeah.
Chico's in chat right now. He's actually creating me a resin single 2750 Met mod as we speak, and I've seen little previews of it. It looks amazing. I will showcase that on stream next time, well, as soon as I get it. Moving on, we've got damn, I had the right hand a minute ago, now it's gone. Bill Richards. Chico, speaking of Chico, the Yggdrasil, the Deceiver, and the Voltrov 38V2 with some Boulevard of Broken Dreams and over 3 resin blanks in the background and a pile of cables.
That looks like a lightsaber, doesn't it?
He creates them. That's his actual design.
That's wicked, that.
I'm going to have a look a bit more of his stuff.
I'd like to see what it looked like on the front. I take it the fire, side fire.
Yeah, that's Firebar there.
Yeah.
He's been a bit ill lately, and I'm really glad he's getting himself together and getting back on the mend.
Yeah, me too.
But seriously, he does some serious work. And once he's fully back on his feet, I'm telling you now, whatever he charges for them, just pay it, because they are so worth it.
And what actually is that? What was it actually made out of, the tube?
Resin.
Just resin?
Resin. He makes the resin block and carves it all out.
Oh, wicked.
I'm intrigued.
He does brilliant work. Seriously. Chico, if you're in, just give yourself a bow, mate. Fucking hell. Amazing. In fact, I'm sure I've seen him. Ben Martin, we've got the mystery box. It's a clutch.
Yeah,
8X.
that's nice.
I do love the clutch. I've got the Predator one. And I like those battery skins.
They're from Fogstar.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to get some of them. I'm going to have to get myself some of them. That is stunning. With also the Arbiter on top.
Looks like it.
Yeah, the Arbiter on top. I've still got it, bitch. And somebody's typing right now, but unfortunately, you've missed your chance. In fact, I'll give you 10 seconds. Come on, hurry up. 10 seconds.
Woo, 10 seconds.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Please just put fuck
3.
off, Mr. B.
Boom! There you go. That is your hand checks. Enjoy.
Again,
Thank
people,
you,
thank you so much for putting your hand checks in. We will do them again next week. It's always, I like looking at other people's setups and what they're actually doing, don't you?
It's that nosy neighbour thing in you.
It is, isn't it? You can eat corn on the cob through a Venetian blind.
Pair of binoculars.
The thing is, for me, I like different stuff. When people post hand check, although I appreciate it, of like a Slim or a Juggernaut V2, we've seen them. But when you've got like Jane Dow posting a rug and those lovely mechs, you got Chico's posting his actual own built work. And, you know, I love stuff like that because it's different. It makes you go, ooh. Almost makes you fall in love with vaping again.
I don't particularly mind. I like seeing everybody's setups. I like seeing what they've put together and what juice they're vaping on. It is nice to see.
I know it sounds daft, but it's also combinations, especially so like with mods. Oh, I never thought putting that tank with that mod or that RDA with that mech.
I get that. Yeah, I get that.
It's so like, oh, I like the look of that setup. Because I don't know about you guys, I kind of have an RDA or a tank that goes with a certain mod, and they kind of stay together.
For me, I'd swap anything.
Yeah, you do. You have things that sort of stick together, but I swap stuff about as well.
To be fair, I've had this Juggernaut on here now since I got it, and I'm just never swapped. So I think it's a cracking piece of kit for 25 quid, not for 80 robbing twats. But I mean, I've got to admit, one of my favourites out of that was Billy Lee's.
Yeah,
Billy, the pink mod with the Tita bridge inside. That was stunning. That made me go, oh, where can I get one of them? And
I like the colouring of it. I'm not really into pink, but I just like the whole sort of setup of it.
Different,
including the juice. It sort of matched the mod, didn't it?
Yeah, it's different, and I think that is something that the vaping industry has lost along the way. It used to be. Do you remember when you used to get things like the Woodtorf RDA that was square? They called it the ice cube. You don't remember that one? That was. It's wacky. It was shit, but it was wacky. You know,
Twisted Mess, they made the square one as well.
Yeah, there's a few of them that's done them, but it's different.
Yeah, there was a Hellboy as well, weren't they?
Yeah, the Hellboy, yeah.
But we just don't seem to get that anymore. It's all about, we've got to have the intricate perfection of the airflow, which doesn't really matter that much. It doesn't have to be within 0.1 of a millimetre perfectly off centre. My point is, just put a little bit of effort into design.
I think the airflow does really matter to me.
No, I didn't say it doesn't matter, did I?
No.
I said it doesn't matter to the point where it's like got to be 0.1 millimetre off centre. It doesn't have to be OCD on the airflow. They could put a little bit of that time that they spend in getting it absolutely mega spot on perfect into making it something a bit wacky. Something a bit different.
Wacky like a shit airflow.
I don't want to see like Ford Fiestas.
Looks good, but vape shit.
Shit, yeah.
Hey, but at least it's fun. At least it's fun. Fucking hell.
Well, if we want to vape in that fun, if we want to vape in that fun, we'd end up making like sort of tanks like kazoos.
But I'm not saying make it shit. Did I say airflow doesn't matter? No, I didn't. Airflow does matter.
Do you know why them cubes didn't carry on?
Is it a square, probably?
Because they were square. Half of them, we put them on a mod, they were all skew width.
Yeah.
But it was funny.
You screwed them down, didn't you?
It screwed them down. And the edges were all over.
But it was
so
funny.
Then you turn it so it was square upon your mod, and then airflow's fucked.
Yeah.
But think of it this way: the amount of OCD vapors that pissed off would be funny as fuck. It was probably the most hilarious design in the whole of vaping.
Me, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Did you buy one? Did you buy
it?
Sandy Morris is asking, is the Geek Vape T200 a solid mod? Yes, the one that I had is.
I've had issues.
Bless you.
I've had issues with this.
Have you got the old one or the new one?
Well, it's about 6 months old, so.
Well, it depends which batch it is.
No, because it's in the new one, because yours is touchscreen one, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, well, there's a new one out.
Right, well, mine's
It's not touchscreen.
Ah, right. Well, the touch screen one I've had issues with, mainly with the battery reading. That's been the main issue. Bear in mind, I've had like 15,000 puffs on this thing now. The main issue I've had with it is when you take a set of batteries out, say like your batteries are at 1% on either side, you take your batteries out, you put your new ones in, it's still reading as 1%. Then you open the door and you close it again, it then reads at 100. I've had it mysteriously turning off for no reason. I've also had it completely reset itself for no reason.
I've not had any of that.
Just really weird stuff. I must be unlucky.
The only thing that on the new version, the non-touchscreen one, the only complaint I've got about it is the actual size that you can fit an RDA on. I think the biggest you can fit on is a 26 mil. It's only small. Even though you've got the spacing, you've got a lot of space, but it curves over at the top. And because it curves over, anything big, I think it's 25 mil, anything after a 25 mil, it hangs over.
That's ridiculous. And yes, I have updated the firmware.
Also, believe it or not, the Geek Vape Zeus X will fit on it, but you've got overhang.
Oh, which will piss you right off.
Yeah.
It always makes me wonder, because remember the Remelu RN300 or 200 or whatever it was?
The what, sorry?
The RN300, RNG something? The Remelu one, the little short stubby thing that you could fit a 30 mil tank on top.
I'm trying to think of what's Remelu?
Remelu, RN Gen 3. The RN Gen 3, the RN Gen 2. Put 302 batteries in them. I'd show you, but mine.
You're on about the Rulo?
Rulo, whatever it's called, RN Gen 3.
Yeah, it's the
Rulo.
It's the
Rulo.
I was called. You know what
I didn't know what you meant. Sorry, Remelu. I'm thinking of a fucking
Rulo,
shaver.
whatever these fucking.
It's
called.
Wismex.
Yeah,
Own C.
So yeah, the one done by John B, designed by John B. That was small, compact, ergonomically solid. You can fit 30 mil in it. Why do not more companies look at that and go, actually, we need to start from that basis because that's perfect.
That is a brilliant little mod.
It is, yeah, from Vapor SO, very good.
And that will fit a 28 mil on.
Yeah,
still not a 30.
All mine are down there. I'll tell you another one as well. What sort of took the Yeehee? What was the... It wasn't a Yeehee, but it took it off. What were it? It come out about 3 years
You're on
ago?
about the SX... Was it the the SL class, wasn't it? Of Yeehee that they copied. It was like a tube mod with a bit on the side. Is that the one you're on about?
J-Bo it was, yeah, who did the thing. I'll go and get it.
Yeah, if you're wanting anything bigger than 25 mil, you want one of these. They are brilliant.
Oh, yeah, no. Hang on. The missus is on. You're on your own, Mark. Go on. Give him a song.
Well, I can give him a song.
Give him a song. Give him a song. The old time looks the same.
Here we go. That's the... I think...
Yeah, that's what I want about. Yeah,
it's
but
J-Bo.
The two battery version I had.
This was the 3. That's years old.
Yeah. The 2 battery version was ergonomically perfect,
and it was the V sticking I was on about.
Oh yeah.
And that'd fit a 30 mil on.
Yeah, of course it will.
That way, they sort of took like the chip of like the Yeehee. You know how it was actually built out. They did that from V sticking.
You've just reminded me of your Rulos. Can you remember the Battlestar by the Ant?
The Battlestar, yeah, I remember that.
Smoant Battlestar. Yeah. I've still got that.
Galactica? Yeah, no, I remember it. To be honest, now I've never seen that one.
Yeah, well, before the Rulo was it the Rulo 2.3, where you could either have it in 2 battery mode or 3 battery mode?
Yeah.
It is the same.
Smoant brought out the Battlestar, which is 2 battery.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, if we could change anything about, if we could turn around to any vaping company right now, and chat, get involved in this, you could give them one specific thing that would make your life better from any mod, what would it be?
Say that again.
Right. So if you could turn around to any vape company and say, right, I want a mod and it has to have this, what would it be? What would be the one thing the mod has to have?
See, I wouldn't be too worried about the vape companies. I'd be more interested in the battery companies.
Yeah, I'm saying. I think one of the biggest things, especially us type of vapors, is battery life. That's what you want. It's one of the biggest things. I hope innovation comes. I know you've spoke about it, Mr. B, with the batteries.
Solar panels. I didn't tell you, Martin. Solar panels wouldn't do feck all.
What if you
I'll
wore
tell
them
you
as
what
an
I
app?
would like to do though is slap all these companies that bring out internal mods that has only got 1,000 mAh battery in them.
Yeah,
and they're still
They
doing
want
it.
slapping.
Where is it? Oh, I think it's upstairs. The one that Simona's just come out. I think that's a small battery, but they do a 0.8 ohm coil, which done half push out some vapor, and it lasts you easy a day. But that's only a small battery in that.
I suppose it depends on the resistance, though, doesn't it?
And obviously the chipset.
Yeah, if you've got a 1,000 mAh battery with a boost on it, and you're only doing like a 1.0 or a 0.9 or a 0.8 resistance, it will last all day because you're going to be vaping at what, 15 watts tops?
What's the chipset anyway?
The boost on it, because on a lot of vaping devices, this will have one.
What's this chipset you're talking about?
Well,
What the actual board itself, what the chip, it regulates the how the battery works.
Whereabouts on these? I can't see no chipsets.
Well, no, because it's a fucking bomb. That's why. We were talking about this. Anybody who's watched the old Last of the Summer Vapes, one year we did a Christmas show. We're going back a lot of years, and that's where the old saying of "it's a bomb" came from.
It's a bomb.
And we everybody thought we were arguing. We wasn't. It was just how me and Mark have a conversation. You know, like when a debate, and everybody's going, "Calm down, lads." And it was like, no, that's where "it's a bomb" came from. It's a bomb. We went round expos, didn't we? And the guys come up to us and go, "It's a bomb."
It's weird that, isn't it? It's like me and Harley used to get the same thing. Why are you arguing? It's like everybody's forgot what an actual debate sounds like these days.
Yeah.
You can't. In fact, have you ever tried to have a debate on Twitter?
Oh, it were ever so funny. It were really. Hagtash no mash, yeah, we all got that all shouted out. Hagtash no mash, cheaper than black pudding.
Dirty burger.
Dirty burger. Ball bag beanie.
Have you ever tried to have a proper debate on Twitter?
I don't really do very much on Twitter.
Almost impossible. Every now and again, you'll find an actual person with common sense. Or even with an opposite opinion, you can actually talk to them, and you'll have a agree to disagree, or one of you will collapse.
That were another one. Hagtash pish flaps. That
was the main one, wasn't it?
That all came about. If you ever watched Phoenix Nights, and we were talking about opening up, them cookies, the fortune cookies, and that's where it came from. Piss flaps, piss flaps. That's
but the reason why you came out with piss flaps was because we'd moved from a Tuesday to a Wednesday or Wednesday to a Tuesday, but it was a later slot on
and we could swear.
We could swear.
Hagtash piss flaps. And that's stuck as well on it over the years. Vaping Past is saying she'd like to see a 21700, a dual 21700 Swank mod would be good.
That'd be a big mod, wouldn't it? Just bear in mind, you've got to have all the squonking stuff in.
But if you did it like a Rulo, but like you're saying, if you did it like a Rulo.
Well, one sort of came out like that, didn't it? What was it? And it sort of had a triangle at the front where you pushed the bottle.
You know the one that, harking back, I know it's slightly changing subject, but the squonker that I really wanted to try, and it was at an expo, me and Adam, we were all over it. And it was a square bottle, but it was in the middle.
Yeah, that's the one, and it had sort of like a triangle thing, didn't it? Where you pushed it.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And I thought that were absolutely fantastic, but I never saw it after Expo.
I think it did get released, but I don't think we got it into review or anything. Or I didn't actually see where it was sold.
But the Rulo, if you imagine a Rulo, 21700, you could do that quite easily and have a squonker on it.
Yeah, so it'd be like how it was. So it'd be sort of at the front.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I'm not a massive fan of swanking. It's one of these things that I end up over swanking.
My favourite swanker is that.
I just don't like the look of it.
Yeah, all right, yeah. It's not exactly the most beautiful looking, but I tell you one thing, for a squonker, that is a cracking little setup. I love it. I won't take it out and show it to my friends, like.
That looks like the spare lightsaber they give to the one that ain't really going to do much in life.
But yeah, it works perfect.
Looks like CP3O's cock.
How's that?
I fell crap.
How's that?
We're talking about penises now.
Penises, what? Yeah, and it's obviously a robot's penis as well.
It's a robot. Not any penis, it's a robot.
It's a robot's penis.
C3 penis.
That'd be absolutely brilliant, now, wouldn't it? Try to be like a robot and it's actually detachable.
What? So we can put different sizes on?
Yeah, different penises on.
Here, love, can you whisk this for us? Hang on, just when we touch
Swizzle over. Woo! That's your batter done.
Jesus Christ.
Sat down. Don't bang that in the sink. Don't be banging that in the sink where all the pots are. What would you want to do with it? Don't say that either, Aidan. I was thinking about
I was going to say, yeah, I'm not going to offer to lick it.
Yeah. Can I lick this? No. Bang it in the sink. Go on, you're all right.
Yeah. I reckon one day humans could actually do that. You know, have detachable penises.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not far away in the world that we live in.
No, man, like I don't want to be able to afford a stubby.
Yeah. You have to take it back like a library book as well.
John Morris says best 18650 batteries. Largest Mar.
Depends on what you're using it for.
Yeah. Molly sells all golden gooches have always been good for me. Golden Goltzies, should I say. Goltzies.
You know something? You can't go wrong with your Samsung.
No, you can't know.
No, you can't.
They've been a mainstay for years and years, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. A Samsung 25R.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bog standard, they're probably, what are they, about $3.99 from Fogstar?
Yeah. And I think if you go on a Friday and use their offer code,
Exactly.
you see even more.
Yeah, I'm with Bill. Molly sells the P28.
Molly sells, yeah. I remember Vic picked an absolute shit ton of them up and they still go. I think we were talking about it on the show of the week and they're still going after so many years. I've got batteries that are maybe 3-4 years old that are still going. Maybe one of them, it's ones that are paired up and one's gone.
They're good.
30Ts are good. Is it 30Ts? The pink one?
Yeah.
There's plenty to choose from. Like I said, I've always liked the Golsies as well, the Golsy Golds.
I think, again, you make sure you just get it from a reputable place. Don't be going to Amazon or out like that. Go to somewhere like Fogstar. And I really recommend, and I know Mark does and Mr. B, Fogstar are absolutely fantastic. Really good customer service. You know you're going to get what you should get. They come in boxes as well. It's not like like proper, what you should hold your batteries in. So
battery boxes.
Proper battery boxes. Just while we're talking, I'm just going to get the giveaway. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to get yourself over to Roger Projects' new beautiful website. Get 15% off the order all the way up till 12 o'clock using 3 Men Vape. So get it in, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to win 2 bottles of your choice. And we'll start that now. But yeah, again, just going back to what you were saying, I really hope battery innovation in vaping just takes that extra step somewhere or something changes so you can just have that little bit extra on your battery.
See, what I still don't understand is why they're not still pushing the 21700s.
Yeah.
I cannot understand. 21700s, well, originally it was 2700s, and 21700s were designed for the vaping industry, whereas 18650s weren't. But unfortunately, the vaping industry still prefers to go in for 18650s, and I can't understand why.
Well, again, if you go back to the old shows, what we did on Last of Summer Vapes, if you go on that, we spoke about this millions of times about 21700s. It's going to take over the 18650. Hasn't.
No, and that's not because of the actual 21700 itself. It's just literally the vape companies.
Because all right, they do make the
Oxford are a typical one. Oxford, their first mods that they started bringing out was 21700s. And then the later mods went to 18650s.
Well, the first mod that they brought out was an 18650.
Okay, yeah. I'll not argue, but...
Yeah, it went 18650 because I said, what inbuilt batteries you got? They went, no.
No.
It's an 18650.
Yeah, 217.
Yeah, Martin Sordens, I could totally understand that. About the mod size with them. But again, you got any... I've got loads of mouth to lung setups that I use. One that I do really like is the Z Tank from Geek Vape that uses the P coils. Really, really good. I've got a few other bits.
When I mouth to lung, I don't really mouth to lung at all. But one of them was the Slide.
Yeah.
Slide, yeah.
Inikin.
From Inikin, yeah. I've got that in there.
Yeah, I thought that were a good little mouth to lung.
The new one that came out, I helped beta test that one. But I use this one. This is the what's this one? Is it the? This has got a 2,500 mAh battery in it. It's the which one is this one? It's the Vapor. I think it's a Kick or something like that. It's the Vaporesso one. But I've got a 0.4 ohm coil in there. But I'm using 20 milligram Nick salts in that. But I have the actual airflow really down, so you can't, so it's a really tight draw or a restricted direct to lung. That's how I like to vape, is a restricted direct to lung.
Yeah. If you want, I've got when we were talking about Chico's things earlier, you said you like to see the production and stuff. I've actually got a picture of his pre-production here, the one he's building at the moment. Do you want to see it?
Have you moved your headset thing?
Have I moved my headset? What are you on about?
I thought you had your headset mic on. You went a bit quiet then.
No, it's got away from me. I'm saying I've got a pre-production of Chico's things that he's making at the moment. If you want to see,
mate, yeah.
Let's have a look. So this is what he's just sent me. Share screen.
24 eligible users, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you get it in there, Rochford Project.
Boom. So there.
I need to put it on big screen. There we go.
This is 2 he's building at the moment. Look at the colours in that.
Was he made it out of Lego?
It's the pre-production shape.
Oh,
so
what has he actually made the actual shaping out of Lego?
Yeah. So what happens is
that's ace.
You've got the Lego thing to make the resin block out of, and then he shapes the resin block into what he needs. So a tube or a square or whatever you need. But that's the resin. How cool is that?
Sandy Morrison, Ian, it's just Rochford on its own. Just put Rochford, not Rochford Project, just Rochford.
How cool is that, though? I like the simplified way of doing that. That's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, because normally you think what he'd done was he's maybe made one out of wood, but he hadn't. I think he's quite.
It's an amazing idea. It's a Lego. What do you call them? Mold. It's a Lego mold. By the looks of it, he's got tape on the inside to stop it from sticking.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant.
I'll tell you what, I've always fancied having a little play with resin and stuff like that, because it does look fun. Some of them tables, they did a Star Wars one.
Oh, yeah.
So he'd got like 2 bits of wood. He'd found a stump or whatever, and he'd cut it and put it down, and then he'd put like the Death Star, and he'd got all sorts on it. And
if you ever get a chance, what's his name now? Nick Zametti.
I think I have.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it.
He does all sorts with resin. He's made guitars and all sorts.
I can't remember I think it was 3 Men in a Vape Show we had him on, and I think we had him on the UK Vape Show as well. He was a sort of technician, and he used to make drip tips and all sorts. He used to do it on Facebook, and also he used to make things for electronic hands that do bombs. So you didn't have to do it yourself. So they'd go up, and he made the hand that had worked. So it was like somebody else's. He also made turrets for warships and all the technical stuff. He was absolutely brilliant. I think eventually he cut his finger off by accident, I think. And he sort of came off of Facebook. But he used to do it every morning.
Pencil guitar.
Chico's have said the reason why he uses Lego, and I never thought of this, and it's so simplistic, it's easy to take apart when you're trying to get the resin block out.
Yeah.
Well, of course it is.
Put a bit of Vaseline outside.
No, you just take the.
Oh, you don't. You just you can take it apart.
Just unbuild it. Job done.
Most
idea,
people
that, isn't it?
put resin into
Never thought
like
that.
a bucket of
That's
some
brilliant.
sort and they can't get it out.
That is such a cracking idea. Never thought that.
Right then, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to roll it. Press the roll it button.
Rolling.
And it is Billy Lee Rice. That's quite good, that, isn't it? To say after a wonderful picture. If you have a little look on the screen now, that is the email address. Contact at therochfordproject.com. Get in touch with Jay and he will sort you out with 2 bottles of the finest of the Rochford products.
Craig Campbell said you can use Vaseline as long as you take the hairs out first.
Watch out, it spits. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it has come to the end of another wonderful episode of 3 Men and a Vape Show 151. It's time to say goodbye. Say goodbye, Mark.
Goodbye, Mark.
Well, he was factual.
No, say your proper goodbyes.
Okay, say proper goodbyes then. Thank you, guys. Missed you last week, and congratulations on your 150th show.
Oh, 150th show. You're a part of this.
Oh, okay, thank you very much. Mr. B, Aiden, love you. Guys in chat, love you lots. Don't forget, if you want to see a little bit more of me, you can see me tomorrow night on the Home Service Live at 7:30.
Cheeky, cheeky.
Cheeky, cheeky.
And we're over to the wonderful Mr. B, who I have heard rumours is back live Friday.
Awesome! Yay!
Not only am I back, there's new features coming. It's going to be one hell of a show. I've got a whole new feature in. We're going to have phone-ins. If somebody wants to, phone in and be a bit brave, and, anyone that gives me shit just gets cut off instantly. So it's just going to be, I'm going to have a little buzzer, bam, fuck off. No, it's going to be a great night. Friday night, 8 o'clock on The Huddle. So yeah, that's where you see me. But for tonight, all thanks goes to you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being here. And I shall see you next week at 8 p.m. Bye-bye.
Big love to you all. Thank you so much, chat, for joining us week in, week out. It really does mean a lot to us. And thank you so much to Spanners for keeping us lovely and warm and snuggly and safe. Make sure you get over to Benny Vapes, who's straight away after us, and go and show him some love. Also, we are back tomorrow, the UK Vape Show. We are definitely back. Talked to Vic earlier. He's got everything sorted in the room. So we are back, the UK Vape Show, all 4 of us tomorrow. So make sure you join us after you've been and seen my brother on the fantastic home service.
That's
make
nice
sure
to
you
know that you are back tomorrow, because now I can tell Stuart Dill that you are on.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
I love Stuart Dill. He does come up with some lovely questions. I don't understand why his batteries don't work properly, but yeah, he's a lovely
why
one,
his
Stuart
juice
Dill.
tastes funny.
We're putting them in the right way round.
Big love to you all, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you next week. Big love, and you'll see me and Mark tomorrow and Mr. B on Friday. Good nighter.
Good nighter.
That's like the 16th person now that keeps saying I'm like James Whale.
You are like James Whale.
I think you're misreading it.
No, right, yeah, no, you are Whale. Yeah, it's because of people like you I don't look at the beach.
It's not me, I'm not on Greenpeace. I'm not going to throw you back in.
Yeah, exactly. Every time I go there, some fucking tries to either roll me up or push me back in.
Piss slaps, people. Good night.